Hey, what's up everyone? Let me explain in this quick video what makes Ford Raptor different than other normal trucks. So the Ford Raptor, of course, as you guys know, it is a car that is prepared for off-roading and so for like the desert and stuff. So let's start. So the normal trucks usually they have limited headlights. The Ford Raptor is equipped with LED lights, which are pretty powerful. So maybe a quick demonstration. Sorry, that wasn't a demonstration, but these lights are pretty powerful. And yes, I'm too lazy to get inside my car and switch them on. I'm sorry. Next is when you go off-roading in a desert, sometimes when you try to climb stuff, sometimes the bumper like bumps into stuff. So when you try to climb a hill, sorry, let me just get rid of this plastic bag, it's so annoying. Yeah. So when you try to climb like a hill, or when you're coming down from a hill in the desert, sometimes the front bumper bumps into the ground or into the hill and it disconnects or it gets damaged. So this bumper is basically made of tough material that basically prevents it from getting any like major damage. Next we have is the skid plates. So the skid plates, what do? So when you go into a high speed, basically maybe when you go into a road that is full of small rocks, sometimes some rocks actually bump into your radiator and cause some damage. So these skid plates will prevent that damage. And also when you try to climb like some rocks and stuff, the rocks might damage your car. So these skid plates are basically a protection for you. Next, what do we have? And let's talk about this parts. So the fenders, the wheels, and the suspension. So a normal truck normal F-150 will not have that like, you know, pumped fender. So this enlarged fender is basically to occupy these large 35-inch tires, and also to allow some space, so some traveling, right? So there's 13-inch of travel in the front, and I believe 14-inch in the rear. Correct me if I'm not sure. I think 13.5 or 14, but in that range. So in order for the wheel to travel, they need to give these large fenders, because if the fenders are here, basically the wheel will bump into them. Next we have is the suspension. So where can I explain? Maybe from here. The vision is really bad here, but basically Ford Raptors come with Fox suspension or Fox shocks. Not sure if you can see them here. Maybe I have to use the flashlight or something. I think you can see them now. So these suspensions are very heavy duty and they allow the wheel to travel. So what does travel mean, wheel travel, for those who do not know what that means? So that basically means how much this tire can travel. So the full expansion and the full compression of the shock. What's the distance? And that basically will allow you to have a better off-roading experience. Next we have is, I don't know what you call it, but like this part right here, I'm not sure what I call it. It's probably, I think it's called the lower control arm. I think so. And there is also an upper control arm that will basically push the wheels a bit outward, and also it will allow the wheel to travel. So if the arms are like this, there is not so much travel, but if the arms are extended, there is a longer travel there. And also it will push the tire outward, allowing the wheel to basically have a better travel and more flexibility. And also on top of that, if you notice, this control arm is huge. It is very heavy duty to take all the beating that you give to the car when off-roading. And basically the car has stronger axles, stronger upper and lower control arms to allow you to enjoy off-roading without destroying your vehicle. Next, what do we have? Okay, so maybe you think this part here is only for, I'm sorry, you saw my terrible sandals, but maybe you think that this part here is basically only for, how do I say, for you to step and get into the vehicle. That is correct. However, it has a second benefit that I found out. Well, it's not like the best thing that I found out, but when you basically turn into an angle and maybe there's like a rock in here, like maybe this height, and you turn into it, so instead of it damaging your door, it will basically bump into this, and that will prevent you from damaging your car. So that's another element that this truck is made for. Next you have is the approach and departure angle. So the approach angle of the F-150 is quite high, as you can see from here. That's a very good approach angle. And also for the departure angle, because the exhaust is lifted up a bit. So here, as you can see, it has a pretty good departure angle. Well, not that great, but it's pretty good. Better than the regular F-150 by a little bit. And what else do we have? So the 1.5 door F-150 actually has a longer wheelbase, and I'll tell you why. Because 1.5 door doesn't come with this short bed. You will see some distance here, and then you will see the tire. So the bed is actually longer in the 1.5 door F-150 or GMC Sierra. So the F-150, it has both 1.5 door, and it also has a short bed. So that will basically give you a shorter wheelbase. A shorter wheelbase means better turning, and also a better breakover angle. So the breakover angle is, so the closer the wheels together, basically that would give you a better breakover angle. So that's the angle where your car will basically be lifted by the ground from here. So if the wheels are closer, it will be very hard for the car to get stuck in here. I'm not sure if that explains, but try to Google breakover angle and its relation to the wheelbase, and you will understand that the Raptor actually has a better breakover angle compared to normal trucks. What else I didn't cover? I think these are the major stuff that the Raptor, that what makes the Raptor a better off-roader compared to normal trucks. So bigger tires, more travel in the suspension, heavy duty upper and lower control arms and axle, basically a tougher suspension, better approach and departure angles, how do I say, a tougher bumper, better lighting, and yeah, so you got it all. Hope you guys like this video, and of course the lighting is a bit terrible in this area. Hope you guys like it. Please feel free to ask me anything about my truck. I'm more than happy to answer.